Hello class, and welcome to IT 201 Computers and Technology. I will be your instructor, and I'm looking forward to working with you during these 8 weeks. As I understand it, we're still pretty new to the Brightspace format, and therefore, if this is your first class or your first time online and you're not quite familiar with it, feel free to reach out and give me any questions, perhaps your advisor, and we'll all try to work together as we navigate through this, right? Through this course, you should develop and be able to walk away with fundamental skills that are needed to maintain and troubleshoot various hardware and software components. As we continue to move on, there are a couple of housekeeping notes I'd like to share with you. First, please make sure that you sign yourself up for my Test Out course. Test Out is the simulation tool. It's as close as the hands-on that we can get, which would help you to be able to follow through the instructions and get an opportunity of hands-on experience. It's just a simulation. Now, bear in mind, with that simulation, I'm just going to go down this rabbit hole and help you out so that I don't get 50 emails asking me the same questions. One, each module on each week should have an associated quiz with it. I take the quiz. I do not take all of the additional exercises that you do along the way. The quiz provides a couple of opportunities for you to take it. That's something that's changed from the previous years. If you take the quiz once and you bombed, it basically was just a bomb on your grade. But now, we've gone back and we've received official word that we can give you plenty of opportunities to take the quiz. So this is like free money, guys. There's no reason why we can't get hundreds on all of these things unless you just didn't feel like doing it. And that's fine, but just recognize that that's what's on your grade. Moving right along with that, the grade will not appear automatically in your SNHU grade book. I have to manually transfer those grades over. So if you took the quiz super duper early and you're freaking out because it hasn't gotten transferred yet, it's because I haven't gotten to it. And so I will transfer those out in due time. That was a lot, but that was the first couple of things I wanted to cover. Now, housekeeping rule number 2. You do have a final project. There's a final project that basically will be worked on starting, I believe it'll start next week. So it'll be deep in week 2. We'll begin to work on that final project, and it will require your development and your work through the week. So please pay attention to the requirements and my feedback and consideration, as it's my whole goal to guide you on down to that path of an A, right? I hope everybody has aspirations of wanting to get high scores, because we can do this together, right? So you can view more about that final project in the learning modules. I don't want to give away too much about it right now. I'm sure everyone's already kind of going through and seeing what the course has open, but we will talk more about that final project as time goes on. Now, hopefully you've had an opportunity to familiarize yourself with the announcements section, and you can see that SNHU has changed its late policy. Now, for me, I am here to help you succeed, and in order to do that, we need communication. I always have one rogue general, and I hope it's not you. I have a rogue general at least once every semester that waits until week 7 and says, I can get it all done, but I can't accept it all. And unfortunately, even if you have a great reason and a great excuse and there's extenuating circumstances, it's so much harder, it's so much easier to work from the beginning than to work after the fact. So please feel free to reach out to me sooner than later so that we can make accommodations and get you on track and keep you on track, right? Mode of communication. Okay. Let's get into week 1. We're getting into the hardware and analyzing the roles in the information system professional. Now, this job has tremendous growth. IT is probably the 1 or 2. I can't remember what it was on Forbes. I believe it was only rivaled by the nursing field, but IT was an incredible booming sector. And Forbes reported that tech-related jobs were expanding 31% faster than any other job in the job sector. So whether you're looking to simply fill a credit or you're considering a career down this field, it seems like no matter what, you must have a level of computer ability. we're finding that it's rare to find jobs in which you don't have to interact with a computer. I mean, you think about even an auto body shop or an auto mechanic. Back in the day, you could just work on the car and it was done. But look at cars now. Cars are literally computers. I can't even take some of my vehicles into the same old auto mechanic guy anymore because he can't hook up to the computer. I've actually got to pay that cha-ching at the dealership and take it there and basically get gouged. That's why I'm working here. No, that's a joke. It's not a joke. But seriously, what careers can we really think of where you never ever have to touch a computer? I mean, any company that you think about will have to eventually have some type of interaction with a computer. And therefore, it would behoove of anybody that's looking to get into the field, looking to expand out, looking to work and make a career for themselves or jump another ladder, to basically get some background and some hands, some hands on computers. Before I was into computers, I remember one time, people were pretty much at the wheel and pretty much at the will of the IT department, right? It was like if a computer broke, you just had to sit around and twiddle your thumbs and wait until somebody basically came and unplugged the computer or rebooted it for you. But if you already have some skills and you already have some troubleshooting steps you can take, you become a very, very, very valuable asset to the people that's around you and who you work with. So just wanted to pass that on. Now, our assignment for this week will be using that Test Out simulator. Now, as I said before, Test Out is a very, very forgiving in this particular course. And if you don't do well the first time, feel free to go right around and do it again, right? Another thing with Test Out that I wanted to pass on, it's also very stringent. So for some of us that perhaps already come in with some type of IT technology and with a background, and we start working on this hands-on simulator, we know that there's about 4 or 5 different ways to skin a cat, right? We can do this a multitude of different ways. Well, Test Out sometimes doesn't like the multitude of ways. Test Out sometimes says, you'll do it my way or it won't get done. So for those that feel like they're pulling their hair out and they're losing their mind, just be aware that Test Out is a very meticulous exercise, and it will require you to go through all their hoops their specific way in order for you to get the proper credit. So that's just another nugget I wanted to share with you all. Now, we also begin our first discussion. Feel free to introduce yourself and have no worries during these 8 weeks if your experience is great or if your experience is small, right? We're all here to learn from the material and even each other during these last couple of weeks. So if you have any questions at all, feel free to shoot me an email. Email is usually the best. I usually check it quite a few times, so I try to get back to you. Never freak out if I don't get back to you within an hour. There's no need to send me 20 emails on the same topic. I will get back to you. I promise I will get back to you. So as always, have an awesome week one, and I look forward to seeing you on the discussion board.